Alright, having my first go here at a tutorial with Blender 2.5. It's really more of a test to see if my video recording works, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, first of all, if you open up Blender, which I will actually do right now by closing it, you'll get a splash screen. You can see I'm using Blender 2.57, which is the latest release of Blender. It's the stable version. Revision 36147. This version was released, I think, 3 days ago, and it's pretty much the same as the other previous Blender 2.5 versions. But anyway, we're going to hit escape and get started here. And when you open a new file in Blender, you get something that looks like this: just a cube, a lamp, and a camera, and nothing else. Now, if you're opening Blender up for the first time, or maybe just having fool around with it a little bit, you might want to go into your file, user preferences, and customize it a little bit. First thing I usually like to do is go into my interface and select rotate around selection. So that's whatever is selected. For example, if I select this cube and rotate the view by holding my middle mouse button and dragging, it'll rotate around whatever is selected. So it's like the lamp, rotate around that. It's like a camera, around that. It helps so your objects don't get lost in a scene. Alright. Another thing you might want to do is find out which kind of rotation you like, whether you like a turntable or a trackball. I like turntable because I'm just used to it, but if you're just starting off, I suggest getting used to trackball because it is a little more precise. You can do, well, just that, trackball rotation. And it's easier to rotate your view in basically any direction. But it takes a little while to get used to it. And since I'm also on a laptop, I like to enable emulate numpad, which allows you to use your regular number row as a numpad. Basically, use it for all your switching between views. Alright, so once you find something you like, just save as default, and it'll save all your settings. Alright, so we're going to get started here. First of all, I need to put it back to turntable. Notice right now we're in object mode. This is the mode you use to put in all your objects, such as lamps, cameras, meshes, and anything else, armatures, lattices, basically where all your stuff is in your scene. Alright, so select this cube. We can go into edit mode. And the edit mode is used almost only on meshes. It is used for other objects, but it's used to modify meshes. You can select anything by clicking the right mouse button and dragging to move. We also have sculpt mode, which is just think of it as working with clay. If you have a mesh with a lot of polygons in combination with a modifier, you can basically sculpt it into a very high resolution mesh, not mess, although it can be a mess. And you can use all these brushes to in sculpt mode to have different effects to form your mesh through sculpting. Now we also have vertex paint, texture paint, which is where you paint in textures, obviously, and weight paint, which is used for selecting vertex groups. And yeah, okay. Let's see. I think I want to make this cube into a die, which will go over UV unwrapping and some texturing and some basic stuff like that. Alright, so I'm going to go hit Tab on my keyboard and go into edit mode. Now the first thing I'm going to do is left click on this little diagonal line part up here and drag sideways to split my window.